Good morning. It's Thursday, August 17th, 2023. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Qigong. I have made some effort to resolve the video issue. I don't think I succeeded yet. I have more work that I need to do. I did try a couple things this morning. It's gonna be a work in progress. Alright, so if I knew exactly where the problem was, I would just go fix it. I've tried what I thought was the problem and it's not working. The ultimate solution would be that AT&T would not throttle my connection and would give me a decent bandwidth that I could use for my live stream. But they won't do that. Nah, because I don't have that much money. So, yeah, here we are. With that in mind, I'm going to make some changes here in the next coming weeks. I've talked about that a little bit. I'm going to talk about it just a little bit more right now. The addition of, coming very soon, like this week, soon, the new translation and reprint of our book on Wudang Qigong has given me a couple of ideas about what I need to do, what I might do next with the classes and with the other things that I'm doing. So, with that in mind, I'm going to put this down. I'm going to look at this for a second. It's not good. Hang on. Let me, one more time. One more time. It takes a minute for me to get into the settings here. Okay, so while I'm fiddling with the machine here, you can still see me, I think, and I'm pretty sure you can still hear me because I'm still on. So, with the book going to be available, I have some things that we can do and that I want to do in this class. So, and in the advanced sets as well. So one of those did that work? Did that work? It may have worked. Or not. We're gonna find out. All right. We just you know, it's an adventure, right? It's an adventure. All right. Well, this says there's an error, and this says there's not. So fingers crossed. The error over here is going to go away in just a minute. All right, we're going to try. Anyway, I have more confidence because I don't see the error over here now. All right, so first thing, the new translation, revised translation, and new edition with new pictures of our book on Wudang Qigong is imminent. It's coming. That's this weekend. It's that close, okay? Now there's my error again. Oh, poo. Yeah. It was gone for a minute. It's gone for a minute. Alright, then the second thing with that, I'm going to just keep going here. The second thing with that, I mean, just one more time. It's so many things could go right. It'd be good. It'd be good. Well, one more time. Well, try it again. All right. I like technology. I do. Sometimes I don't like it so much, but yeah, I do like it. All right. So I wouldn't be here without it. All right. That idea. Is not working. Not working. One more time. Okay, and I'm going to tell you this. Either, well, now it's fine. Now it's fine. All right. Just stick that over the side there. All right, it's background process that was probably running. I don't know. This is telling me now it's not fine. This is telling me it's fine. As long as this one's telling me it's fine, I'm happy. All right. So I'm going to watch this one over here. We'll see what happens. I'd like them both to tell me they're fine. I mean, this is watching me fiddle with the equipment class this morning. And I am going to tie that back to what we do, right? I'm working on the book. I'm looking at the mechanics of not only the exercises, but how the book is put together, how it was originally written, how Professor Lee originally wrote it, how we arranged it in 1999, and how I've arranged it for this current version. So as I'm working with all of that, I'm looking at the mechanics of doing it. What do I have to do for this? What do I have to do for that? it's the same. It's pretty much the same. All right, so with that in mind, we're still saying everything's good over here. Fingers crossed. All right, this one's in and out, but this one's saying it's all good. So, all right, with all that in mind, we are going to have a short practice this morning. We're going to practice 3 sets. Begin with extreme emptiness, pushing the mountain, and yin and yang both appear. Just push to both sides. These sets have little bit common features, and what I'm going to do, future, this is next classes, right? On Thursday and Friday, I am going to continue with Qigong class. Okay, Qigong class is going to continue. I'm going to add references to particulars in the book for each of the exercises. So as we're practicing begin at extreme emptiness, I may add a segment, I may read a segment from the book that we're going to pay attention to. In each of the exercises, there are particular acupuncture points and meridians and channels that we pay attention to. The most important and the one that reappears in everything is the small heavenly circle. The tiny heavenly circle shows up in a little bit later. It's there and needs to be there, but the progression allows for development, right? That sense that we don't start being experts and work our way backwards. We start with not knowing and we move into knowing something. And then we learn a little bit more and realize how much we don't know. That is also something that I'm going to introduce in a class probably on Wednesdays. So Thursday and Friday, Qigong will remain. On Wednesday, that's what I'm targeting right now, I'm going to teach a class on translation for martial arts. Terminology in the martial arts. And I realize that there are going to be people who will wag their finger at me and say, oh, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. No. Yeah, I can. And I'm going to. And the folks who would like to wag their finger at me can go enjoy wagging their fingers. Have a good time. Have a good time with that. The insight that I have gained in my own studies and the insight that I have gained from my years of practice is significant, and the gap that I found repeatedly in working with the original Chinese as I'm retranslating, I'm reevaluating what I did originally, and is there a better way to translate this? Is there some other way to do it? In some cases I did make mistakes. In other places it's pretty good, and in other places there's a little tiny bit. So I'm going to go through all of that, chapter by chapter, line by line, with the terminology that reflects what we should be paying attention to. This idea that, I'm going to start with just the idea of Qigong. What is Qigong? What is Qi? What is Gong? Workmanship, practice, method. Yeah, it's all of those. Going for. What's that? Workmanship, right? That sense of understanding the meaning in context for what we're doing makes all the difference in trying to understand what you should be doing. There are circulation methods, there are ways of moving that just don't come across as clearly in English as they do in the original Chinese. It just doesn't. So I'm going to work with that. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. I welcome questions. You can ask through YouTube. You can ask through my website, wudang.com. I welcome questions about and clarification. Somebody knows something that I don't. As I said, I learned something and I find out how much I don't know. That acceptance of my own limitations is, in my view, one of the things that gives me the ability to advance. If I already think that I'm the most wonderful, the most advanced, I can tell, I can wag my finger at anybody and I can tell, oh, you can't do that, no, you can't say that, oh, you can't. If I think that I'm that wonderful and great that I can do that to somebody else, then I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. Being humble enough to recognize your own limitations gives you the ability to advance. Without that, as long as you're strutting and pretending that you know everything there is to know about everything there is in the world, I'm the expert and nobody else can be an expert because I know everything and nobody else can know anything. That attitude would not get you into any of my classes in person, ever. It would. And it doesn't open the door for anything to come in. That door is closed. I don't want to close that door. I want to open that door. I want the doors wide open. It's the double doors. I want the doors wide open. Let's open those doors and find out what is and what isn't. What makes sense and what doesn't make sense. Because I can guarantee you that some of the automated translation and some of the AI stuff, and I'm going to say 95% of the ordinary language folks have no clue what we're doing in Qigong class. No. Couldn't translate it if they had to, because they don't know. They never practiced. They never learned anything. They just read a little bit, maybe. Maybe. They just read some things. You can't learn any of what we're doing if all you ever do is read about it. You have to actually get up and do it. You have to practice. That's why we're here. Feet about shoulder width apart. Wiggle the toes. Wiggle the fingers. Hands down at your sides. Basic stretch. Bend the knees. Pull up through the center. Hands circle to the front. And back around to both sides. Up along center line. And reach out. And again. more time. Fingertips reach up, elbows drop down, wrists, hands return to your sides. All right. I can check. I'm gonna just equipment check here real quick. This one's telling me no. This one's telling me yes. This looks. I have my delay over here, but it's okay. So, all right. With all of that in mind, ladies, right hand on the outside. Gentlemen, left hand on the outside. Both hands cross at the lao. Connect to the lower dantian and breathe in. Palms up. Pull up. Breathe out. Press down. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Pay attention to the lower dantian and the middle dantian. Lower dantian, pull up to the middle dantian, and breathe out. Press down. 2 more. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Hands separate, down on both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels, and lower. Stay there, breathe in. And breathe out. Okay. I'm going to talk about this just real quick because this is one of the things that we're going to start with as I start this new series, right? We're just going to review a little bit, and then I'm going to say probably beginning of September, this whole new thing is going to start. And I got a couple things I'm trying to get finished. You'll like it. You'll like it. All right, this breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. This is the first step in Qigong practice. Coordinating the movement and the breath. The physical movement and the physical breath aren't coordinated. Nothing else is going to be. It's that simple. As we develop more skill, the breath begins to relax so that the focus is not necessarily on breathe in and breathe out so much as it is coordinating that breath with the movement. So at first, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, right? As we develop that and refine the breath, breathe in, breathe out. It becomes integrated with the movement so that it's no longer a separate kind of thing. It's part of that integrated whole. That process starts with breathe in and breathe out. Feet a little bit wider. I want to work a little bit lower on this morning. Pushing the mountain, palms up. Press down. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you sink, make sure the hip goes just behind the heel so that you can sink. If the hip remains over the center of the foot, where it is while you're standing, you can't sink. Body mechanics isn't going to let you. It's physics. just a little bit. Breathe in, breathe out. And breathe in, and breathe out. And breathe in, and breathe out. And breathe in, and breathe out. 2 more. Open the back, keep the back straight, pull up through the center. Last time. Breathe in. Hands down on both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Stay there, breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. All right, one more for this morning. Push to both sides, yin and yang both appear. The same idea as we have with pushing the mountain. As we push out, keep this connection between both palms and the middle dantian so that everything works together. The chest and the body stay straight and pull in. The palms press out. Drop through the spine. Push through the back heel. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Breathe in. Breathe out. Shift. Push to the left. Stay connected. And breathe in. Breathe out. Shift left. Push right. Center. Shift. Push left. Return. Stay center. Shift. Push right. Stay center. And return. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe up. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Open the back. Keep the connections through the body. Center. Breathe in. Breathe out. 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 Stay center. 2 more. Open the back. Use the diaphragm. Push through the legs. Breathe in. And breathe out. Last time, breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Hands down on both sides. Breathe out. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. One more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay. As we're practicing, so I'm thinking, fingers crossed, the settings and the adjustments now, this is working. I'm still getting some things over here, but this is fine. All right, this is a good thing. Technical things are good. All right, so with class, the method of practice, the way that we practice, the connection between the physical movement and the breath, the ability to do the physical movement without changing the breath. So that nice, relaxed rhythm to breathe in, breathe out, very comfortable, never, not too much, not too little, you're not your breath is regular and full. That type of breathing is what we want throughout everything. Whether you're exerting yourself a little bit more or whether you're exerting yourself a little bit less, it's the same. The breath stays the same. As we develop that skill, to breathe in and breathe out, coordinated with the physical movement, the whole body begins to breathe. So that as my body opens, I'm going to breathe in. Then I'm going to breathe out. Right? That breathe in, breathe out. That coordination remains, is sustained, and further developed and refined as we practice. That's the breath part of Qigong. Qi is, I know when we talk about that, Qi has a particular meaning, that inner breath. Hu Shi is breathe in, breathe out. Shi is breathing. There are different characters. Hu Shi, those two particular characters. Shi, that's a different character. Qi, that's a different character. So in the language itself tells us which breath, which kind of breath we're talking about. It doesn't work that way in English. That's why I use the idea of the physical breath at hu, shi, respiration, Breathe in, breathe out, hu shi. Breathe out, breathe in. That's what it means, hu shi. Shi, different character. Respiration, breathing, generally. Qi, air. Kong qi, the atmosphere. Qi, inner breath. That pervasive sense of flow and internal rhythm that's very similar to what we have in our pulse, veins, arteries, that flow through the body. Similar. It's an accompaniment. It's not the same thing. It's just an accompaniment. A little bit more than an accompaniment. That is what we want to pay attention to in Qigong practice. That Qi. Not just the hu shi or the Qi, not just the breathing itself, but that internal breath. As I start going through the translations, I'm really certain, I'm at 100% certain, that there will be lots of opportunities for discussion, and there are always lots of opportunities for perspective and discussion regarding what this means and what that means and how that relates to what we're doing in Wudang Qigong practice. I'll be back tomorrow with the advanced sets, and hopefully the technical issue has now been solved, because it's been going pretty good this morning. Next week, probably not Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday we'll see. Thursday and Friday I will for sure be here with Wudang Qigong. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it.